this is Chris Johnson. Welcome to the SceneDaily.com Roundtable. With me today, Jeff Owens and Ree White, and we're here to talk about a fairly eventful weekend out in Indianapolis, starting off with Ron Hornaday getting his 4th consecutive win in the Truck Series, something that's never been done in the 15-year history of that series. Pretty impressive. Carl Edwards comes back to win from the back of the pack in a nationwide race, but I think what everybody wants to talk about is Juan Montoya and what happened yesterday in the All-State 400.
Yeah, just a heartbreaking loss for Juan Pablo Montoya to lead, dominate most of that race, and then have it end that way. You know, it's a very disappointing finish to the race, I think. I mean, we were looking at a very, very intriguing story there with Montoya winning his 2nd Cup race. He could have become the first driver ever to win at the Indy 500 and the NASCAR race at Indy. And to see it go away like that was just heartbreaking. And then to see Jimmie Johnson win for the 3rd time, I mean, you have to give him a ton of credit for what his team did, but I think for most fans, that's not the outcome we were hoping for about midway through that race.
You share those sentiments, Ree?
Well, and then once you had Montoya had his problems, then you had Mark Martin in the lead, and here you've got the oldest driver to win the pole at Indy, and he could have been the oldest driver to win the race, and that would have been another interesting kind of twist on the season. So I'm sure fans were kind of looking at nothing against Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson's a great guy and a great driver, but there were these really intriguing storylines going on, and then Johnson did his usual thing and passed and took off with the race.
He's got a habit of doing that, doesn't he?
Very disappointing to me, and I just want to throw this out there and see what you guys think. I just wish that NASCAR would post those speeds on pit road immediately so the fans could see them, at least feed it to the TV folks, so fans aren't, there's all this skepticism out there, and people are going to be saying, oh, the fix is in, they already are on the message boards, and I just don't think it's good for NASCAR. It should be an easy solution.
Yeah.
Post the speeds and let everybody see it.
Yeah, they've got to clean this up for their own sake, because right now there are all these conspiracy theories out there, and you know, everybody's saying that Montoya got robbed and that he got screwed and all of this kind of stuff, and you know, that's not fair because it is an electronic scoring system and the speeds are there. And NASCAR's
and they give them a 5-mile-an-hour cushion.
Right. You know, this is not some shenanigans NASCAR's trying to pull here because they didn't want Juan Pablo to win. The simple matter is he made a mistake, and his crew chief even acknowledged that after the race, that it's pretty black and white, and we were probably speeding. But it looks horrible. And you've got people saying, you know, why couldn't they let it slide? Why couldn't they let him win the race? And you can't do that either. But I agree, NASCAR needs to clean up that system and make it more obvious and show the fans what the speeds are so that we don't have all these conspiracy theories.
Yeah. What about the quality of the race yesterday? Do we want to talk about that? What was your take on it?
I think that with a new car, what's going to happen is what happened yesterday. Somebody's going to really hit on it, and they're going to be really good, and they're just going to dominate until these guys really figure out what to change on the car and how to make it stand out from the others. That you're going to have races, and you've had several this year where they were really just one guy just took off and left the field in it.
It's hard to watch sometimes, but I think the thing that showed you about yesterday was Montoya when he goes back to 12th place after his penalty.
Right.
He takes 35 laps just to make up one position when he's back there in traffic. When he was out front, you know, it's clear sailing.
And you had a lot of drivers complaining yesterday that they couldn't pass at all. And once you get mired in that traffic, it's very difficult to get around somebody. And, you know, the car that's out front has a huge advantage. And it shows up at a place like Indy where the speeds are so high more than anywhere else. And that's something I think NASCAR needs to work on with his car.
All right, that's our thoughts for today. Thanks for joining us at the SceneDaily.com Roundtable. We'll catch you next time.